Hello all. In this video, we are going to see how to implement the linked list concept in the C program. Okay, so this is the first part of the code. Okay, the whole set of the code, the big code, I am going to just explain with the three parts of the video. So among the, this is the first part. Okay, so I am going to implement my linked list in the structure concept in the C. Actually, what is the structure concept in the C means it will store the multiple, multiple data types as a single entity. For example, I will save one person data. That means their name, their age, their height, everything in the same structure. Okay, and I can name it as a structure as a person means I can use that particular person as a data type. So we can create the user defined data type using structures. Okay, so this is only the overall introduction. Okay, so the main prerequisite of this particular video will be you have to know about the arrow pointer or arrow operator in the structure and the basic of structure in C. Okay, so before watching this video, please update the knowledge about structure and arrow operator in the structures. So you can understand this video very easily. So let me go to the particular code. So first I am going to create a node, the structure name called node, my particular data. I am going to create a data as an integer, and here we are going to demonstrate to all the operations of the linked list using the integer data type. If you want, you can give the another data also, another set of data type also. And here you see that I am going to represent my node as next. As I told in the previous video, next is used to store the address of the next node, the address of the next particular data. So when I in the linked list, when I represent the data means data has data and next. So these two set of operation, I am just going to call it as a node. So next is not only the data, it is also the node also. It is also the next operator of that next particular data also. So struct node star next means it will going to indicate next data. Okay, so you can assume that struct node star next means it will store the address of the next data. So there are two operations are there, data and next address is there. Then I am going to represent the data as an integer and address I am going to store using the next. Then data and the next structure is ready here. Then I am going to initialize my head node as a null. That means there is no any data. If there is no any data in my linked list, there is null. For example, you are hearing some songs in the particular music application. Automatically, you want to hear some set of songs from the different films. You need to add the songs in your own playlist. So before adding the song into your playlist is empty, correct? So the same thing here, I am not inserting any data here. So before I am not inserting any data here, automatically my linked list will be null. So I am assigning my node as null. That means I am named the node as head. Okay, so in the linked list, my first node is my head, my last node is my tail. So I am just name it as starting node is a head and the last node is my tail. Why? Because in the linked list with the connection is the train like connection of data, we can insert n number of datas before the head node and after the head node and after the last node. So wherever I am starting the data, that is my head. Wherever I am end the data, that means I am end the search of data, that is my last node. Okay, for example, we are going to just to see the reels in the YouTube. Okay, so when you are opening the reels in the YouTube, whatever you are seeing the first reel in your YouTube application, that is the first head node, and then it will connect to the next reel, and then it is connected to the next reel. And after 5 reels, you are exit out of the YouTube application, means that is your last tail data. Okay, so it is not that originally it is head, originally it is tail in the YouTube, but we are going to start the reel video something as a first, and we are just after 10 reels we are getting out of the YouTube application. That is last. Okay, so do not imagine that head is always the first node in the ever data application. No, when we are starting our data traversing, when we are initiating, where we are initiating, that is head, where we are ending, that is tail. So here, when I am not having any data here, so my null is my data. That means there is no items in my linked list. So what I have to do means I have to insert one data. That means we can implement insert at beginning logic and creation logic as a same. Why? Because if, insert at beginning means we are going to check, we are going to insert one data at the first position. Insert at beginning means obviously what I am here I am checking means I am considering head as null. That means what? Creation of linked list or insert at beginning. In any way we can consider. Okay, the first line as usual what I am doing means I am going to allocate the memory of the node using malloc, and then I am just to name that particular node as a new node. Then what I am going to do means I am assuming my particular data as a 84. I am passing the 84 integer data. So I am saving my new node of data in the as an 84. Okay, so that means linked list is having data and next part. Okay, so in the data part I am storing the 84. Next I am going to new node of next is equal to head. That means new node of next is head. That means I am assigning my new node of next address. The address of the particular new node will assign to the head. Then new node is becoming the head. That means I am inserting my first data in my linked list. Okay, so again I am reminding you to understand this whole video. You need to know about arrow operator and basics of structure in C. After revising that, you will understand this video clearly. Okay, so now in this overall video, what we have seen is insert at the beginning. That means we are checking the data, we are assigning the head as null, then we are inserting one data in this particular linked list. We are inserting our first data. Thank you.